In the land of freedom, millions were not free. Separate schools, separate buses, separate restaurants. For nearly a century after slavery ended, racial segregation shaped daily life in America. But in the mid-20th century, ordinary citizens began demanding change. This was the Civil Rights Movement, and it transformed the United States forever. After the Civil War, laws known as Jim Crow enforced racial segregation, especially in the South. Black Americans were denied equal access to education, housing, and voting. Violence and intimidation were common. Though slavery had ended, equality had not arrived. The promise of the Constitution remained unfulfilled. In 1954, a major turning point came. The Supreme Court ruled in Brown v. Board of Education that segregated public schools were unconstitutional. The decision challenged the legal foundation of segregation, but change would not come easily. Resistance was fierce. In 1955, in Montgomery, Alabama, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a segregated bus. Her arrest sparked the Montgomery bus boycott. For over a year, Black residents refused to ride city buses. The boycott succeeded. Segregation on public buses was ruled unconstitutional. A new leader also emerged, Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. believed in nonviolent protest. Inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, he argued that moral strength could defeat injustice. Sit-ins, marches, and peaceful demonstrations spread across the country. Protesters faced arrests, beatings, and hostility. But the movement grew stronger. In 1963, more than 250,000 people gathered in Washington, D.C. At the Lincoln Memorial, King delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. He spoke of equality, justice, and hope. The speech became one of the most powerful moments in American history. The world was watching. In 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act. The law banned segregation in public places and outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. 1 year later, the Voting Rights Act protected voting rights for Black Americans. Legal segregation was dismantled. Progress came at a cost. Activists were jailed. Homes were bombed. Lives were lost. In 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. His death shocked the nation, but the movement did not end. The fight for equality continued. The Civil Rights Movement reshaped American law and society. It expanded democracy. It strengthened constitutional protections. Yet debates about equality and justice continue today. The movement reminds us that change requires courage. It shows that ordinary citizens can transform a nation. And it proves that America's story is still being written. Subscribe for the next episode.